Greetings everybody from Marbella. I hope that you're all well. Let's get straight into it. Arsenal are top of the league. A fantastic performance from them today. They have outclassed Brentford. What a difference a year makes. 13 months ago, Arsenal were humiliated on the opening day of the season at Brentford. Well, today it was them who were dishing out the humiliation. They were excellent and it was an emphatic statement victory. Do you remember last year when Ivan Toney was tweeting, nice kickabout with the lads? It was obvious that somebody from the Arsenal squad was going to do that. Apparently, by the way, Mikel Arteta used that tweet as motivation for his own side. Why would you do something like that? You're just opening yourself up to problems in the future. And obviously, Gabriel went straight for the jugular and put the tweet out. Was it petty? Absolutely. Was it pathetic? Arguably. Was it fantastic? Do I wholeheartedly endorse it? 100%. If I were in that Arsenal dressing room, I would be doing exactly that. And now, Arsenal are 1 point ahead of Manchester City and Tottenham after 7 games. And this is the most important thing that I'm going to say in this video. This victory today comes after what happened against Manchester United. They lost, and I remember when they lost that game against Manchester United, in my review I specifically said, we don't really know what this means, but we will find out when the referee blows the full-time whistle with their next fixture. That is when we will find out who this Arsenal side are. Are they weak? Is there a shoddy underbelly? Is there a vulnerability that will be exploited time and time again in this Premier League season? Or are they going to bounce back? Are they going to use what happened against Manchester United as motivation? They were the best team. They played Manchester United off the park for 70 minutes and they came away with nothing. So, are they a team with resilience and fight and tenacity and spirit? Or are they potentially going to play really well in their next fixture and come up with a draw? Guess what? They have answered all of those, with aplomb. Fair play to Mikel Arteta, because they are now top of the league. And it means that we have to ask the question, are they title contenders? The only answer is yes, I'm afraid. If you are genuinely saying that Arsenal aren't title contenders, you are either being incredibly tribal, which I have ultimate respect for. You are either a Tottenham fan who just can't see it, or I am afraid that you have the blinkers on. Because this Arsenal team are capable of winning the league. I don't think they'll win it. I'm not saying that they're going to win it. I can't see past Manchester City. I think the only team that are capable of winning this Premier League is Man City. But can Arsenal win the Premier League is the question, and the answer is obviously yes. Look at what we have seen them do. Thomas Frank has already called them title contenders, which I thought was a weird thing for him to do before his side played them. It's almost, when you talk something into existence, like, don't necessarily do that before you're about to play Arsenal. Don't call them, don't big up the opposition. But he's totally and utterly correct. And then a question that is more relevant to my club and Tottenham and Manchester United than it is Man City, but something that we certainly need to have a conversation about. Even if you don't think they can win the Premier League, which I think they can, but even if you don't think they can, top 4 candidates, do we need to explore that? This is bad news, isn't it? This is really bad news, because in terms of can they win the Premier League, the answer is yes, by the way. But even if you think no, I can kind of see where you're coming from. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe there is something that we could explore there. But can they win a top 4 place? Absolutely. There is no doubt about it. That is a problem, and they could be a thorn in the side of Chelsea, Manchester United, Tottenham, anyone that hopes to secure a top 4 spot, because they were smashing today. They really were. I thought they were tip-top, and it was about as comprehensive and one-sided victory as you will ever see. It's about as perfect a victory as you will ever see. There was a fine goal from their new £34 million signing. Old Fabio Viera, on his full league debut, knocks in a beautiful goal. By the way, do you know what is more important than the goal? I think we learned something about Arsenal with this goal, and it isn't necessarily that Viera is a good player. I think we know that Viera is a good player. What we learn about Arsenal is the depth. He came on replacing one of their best players. So the geezer that scored a blinder replaced arguably one of their best players. Odegaard goes off. Viera comes on and does that. That is a true demonstration of their depth. And that is also a worry. Look, that geezer Viera, do you see the goal, by the way? He's 22 years old. He can't weigh more than about 9 stone if he was soaking wet. And yet he can hammer a shot. You hear the Arsenal fans reviving their old Viera chant. This is a problem, man. Arsenal are looking so good. They really are. And today, all in all, it was just far too easy for Arsenal. They even brought on a midfielder. Ethan Nwaneri, I hope I'm saying that correct. He becomes the youngest ever player to feature in the Premier League. He's only 15 years and 181 days old. That is more than 6 months younger than Harvey Elliott was when he came on for Fulham. What was that now? 3 years ago. I mean, Nwaneri has just sat his GCSEs, and he wasn't even born when Arsenal moved to the Emirates. That is astounding. He only knows Arsenal as a club who have played at the Emirates. He does not know the beauty and the majesty of the marble halls of Highbury. That is how young he is. So it's an excellent day for Arsenal, but it isn't necessarily about the victory. It's about what happened against Manchester United at Old Trafford, and the fact that they have bounced back. They are serious. They are title contenders, and we really do need to start worrying about Arsenal. I think we need to start viewing them in a completely and utterly different way. Great day for Granit Xhaka. I saw the Arsenal fans singing his name. I think it was against Brentford where he had his issues as well. So it's a symbolic day for him. And Mikel Arteta, Gabriel Jesus. This is impressive stuff. We should explore Mikel Arteta. I'm just going to have a little walk. We should explore Mikel Arteta because it was often said that he wasn't good enough. I thought that he should have been sacked. And at the time, I think I was correct. You know, when Arsenal were losing at home to Burnley, I felt like he should have been sacked. But Arsenal persevered. They stood true to the man that they believed to do, that was going to do the right thing. And ultimately, they are reaping the rewards. By the way, I just have to show you. Look at the glory. Oh, Marbella, eh? Isn't it precious out here? Going for a run, like it, in the evening. But yeah, a really good day for Arsenal. I'm starting to be concerned. I think Gabriel Jesus has been everything that you knew that he was going to be. When he was clearly going to leave Man City, I was desperate, absolutely desperate for Chelsea to sign Gabriel Jesus. And every single week, you can see why. The way things are going, when you look at all of the other teams competing for top 4, Chelsea are going to struggle. The forwards at Arsenal, the forwards at Tottenham. Look at what Tottenham did yesterday. Their forwards getting them out of jail. Look at Arsenal scoring goals for fun. Gabriel Jesus leading the line in a way that we haven't seen him do in the Premier League. The build-up play is exceptional. The finishing we knew about, but his all-round game is just there. A brilliant day for Arsenal Football Club. I do not know what this is going to mean for Chelsea, but I am genuinely worried. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, do me the honour of clicking subscribe. I adore the community that we're building on this channel, so please consider joining it. I'll see you all very soon. Have a lovely Sunday evening. Ta-da.